Welcome to the video about Plasma 6. So today, now, you can download the ArcoLinuxB Plasma from seed host. So if you type seed host AAG, maybe ArcoLinux as well, but let's have a look. Voila, there it is. So you can download this particular ISO, and here are all the checks if you want to check. And if you install it, you download it, you burn it to a USB, you choose whether you want to have NVIDIA, and those will always be the new cards, never the old ones, NVIDIA GKMS. And then you boot up, and our advice is use the easy installation. We can actually go over the article because it's the second attempt that I make this video. OBS Studio was stuck, frozen. So things will be different. We are on Wayland. Not everything works on Wayland. So this is the article that I've already written because of the fail number 1. So this is attempt number 2. And we can follow a little bit the content of the previous video that I've made. Now, so if you boot up, our tip is use the easy installation. Easy installation means what you see is what you get, right? What you see is what you get. This is the default system. I've already installed a few things like Melt and Sublime Text. The tip there is F12 is Yakuake, is Velo. If I type Velo as part of development, I get in stuff from, well, that I need, like Sublime Text, Platinum Searcher, RipGrab, Melt, Thunar, and stuff like that, right? So that's something as a developer I need all the time. Like I said, it's the second time installation, so we're getting variety. Variety works. Change a little bit the code, and voila, we got a variety, and that is providing me with all kind of beautiful wallpapers from Wallhaven. It's just a setting, that's all it is. So if you go to preferences, you see that Wallhaven, the tags from abstract, minimal, space, sci-fi, simple are in here. How do I do that? Ctrl-Alt-T var on anything. Ctrl-Alt-T var. If you want to do exactly the same thing, see how I did it. Basically, we're just downloading it from the internet, from the ArcoLinux Nemesis scripts, and we're overwriting our own, the default setting, right? So voila, that's all it needs to know. Log out, log in, reboot, or just quit this thing and then start again, and voila, stuff like that. So I'm digressing. Let's follow the video here. So clean install, what you see is what you get. And Wayland is the default, so forget about virtual machines. Install on real metal. It's a nice black screen on my VirtualBox here when I try to install it. So X11 is possible, but I need to log out, right? By default, whoop, ArcoLinux auto login, that's what I choose always, auto login. We're in Wayland. There is no rising, true. There is nothing we've done on the department of settings and rising of Plasma. It is the default ArcoLinux/SDM Plasma setting, right? The look, the wallpaper, everything, the icons, it's all pristine, coming from Plasma, I suppose, and Arch builds it. There are packages on board to make it nice. Packages that we say this works, right? Because we need to wait till the dust settles. Other developers need to rewrite their themes and their plasmoids and whatever, right? And they need time, and they need to figure it out, and testing, and well, so we'll need to wait for all these volunteers, these guys who make it for nothing, right? For naught, to have the time to change it. Our intention is to keep it default. So a pristine look, the original look from Plasma, the way they see it, will be on the ISO. And then later, when the dust settles, we can think about, let's do a sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux Plasma prime. Voila. And then you have another look. And another package, another look. It's beautiful and simple to create new looks on Plasma. All right, so that's that. My advice is watch out, we're in Wayland. So install the packages you're missing one by one and test it. I do hope my second attempt on OBS Studio is now recording, otherwise I will be cross and furious. Right, another 30 minutes gone without video. But that's Plasma. That's, I know, not Plasma, that's Wayland, right? Sometimes applications do not behave the same as on X11. And again, there we have to wait for the developers to create a better one. We could check what applications are on the ISO, and that is sudo pacman -remove anything ArcoLinux. The things we've put in here, if it's design-wise, it's not used. Yeah, group theme Vimix is used only in grub, not in systemd. But most of the things are just things that we need, right? We'll need it. Like some of the things are really necessary, like keyrings, the mirror list, the settling of Baru or Bash RC, varieties here, the wallpaper. So stuff that really has nothing to do with rising anything. So there are no configuration of Plasma whatsoever. You need to set the key bindings, for example, yourself. So this is ours, but not really related to Plasma. Okay. This is indeed the most lean and pristine Plasma setup we've ever made since the change was imminent, Plasma 6. We took a look at all the packages that we had and we said, okay, out. It's not a lot, but it's a few, right? And the leaner, maybe you like that, the better. So the ArcoLinuxB Plasma is now, well, cleaned out, let's say. It's always a matter of choices. What Lego blocks do I want on the ISO? So the var, I've told you that, variety in Wallhaven, get the nice wallpapers in all the time. No, that's not the icon, this one. Next, this is Yakuwake, and Yakuwake, you need to install it first. Not install, it's already there. So if you run it, there's a pop-up saying you accept F12, and F12 is indeed a very nice one to accept. So a quick look at the RIP. So I installed Velo, and Velo installed Thunar, Meld, Platinum Searcher, Sublime Text. Before that, OBS Studio. And yes, guess what? There was a new Linux kernel coming in. But basically, voilà. That's what I installed after the download of the ArcoLinuxB ISO. Yes, then we went into the rising. So let's have a look at our system here. We have this, maybe the content first. So let's go over a look. So just think away the things that came with Velo. So Meld is not installed by default, nor is Sublime Text. The defaults, dependency from something, the default, yeah, I don't make the rules, it's a Pacman that has its rules. We're on NVIDIA, that's true, it's important to notice, to tell. Everything works fine, Wayland, NVIDIA, okay, NVIDIA DKMS. SoftwareM is going to be a rule. We're going to install SoftwareM by default on any of our ISOs. Why shouldn't we be proud of the application that we've made? So if you do an easy installation, this is basically your Calamares. This is the selections you could have made in Calamares, forgot to make, and voila. And all you need to do is click on a button and you've got it. So it's there on all our ISOs in the future. So management decision. Okay, system. H top is out, B top is in. Much nicer. And MinStick from Linux Mint is in, working for thousands and thousands of ISOs already. Works. So these are the things, unthink the Velo stuff, but that's the look also. And now we go to the system settings. By default is the breeze thing, and if you want to change something, is here. More appearance settings. It used to be at the top here, now it's in the middle, but there is a shortcut here, so I often go immediately here. And then you decide what would I like to look at. There's the breeze dark, right? And there's a breeze twilight. And you choose parts of a theme. They say, let's start up with breeze as default, and then decide, and these are the things that we've kept in, just to have a small rising, but we don't set anything. It's a package that's not used, unless you click. So, and it's still looking good. So in Plasma 6, these packages that they provided are looking good. So why not put it on the ISO? Because then we can at least have one look that looks more or less like the look of ArcoLinux. So this one, that one, that one, these two, sorry, Arc. Same here, window decorations, there's one, where's one, but they're pretty much either close to each other. It's just a question of this button up here. Okay, apply, I have this button. And that manner, you can rise it a little bit and go to the icons. We kept those ones in as well. Surf and Plasma Dark, there's some work to be done, but it's our icon theme, so we're in control. And cursors, well, if you choose for something dark, we often go to Bibata Modern Ice, which was, I think, already default. Forgot to unset that. But there is Breeze Light as well, if you like that one. Apply, and there you go. System sounds is something new, a little bit of music. I don't know if I can play. I guess my sound system is not set, and my device out is my microphone. I don't know why they do that. That always happens. How can that make sense, right? But even now, I don't hear any sound. So things will be, from time to time, it's not working. Well, don't call us, right? We'll call you. That's an expression. But no, I mean, give Plasma and all the developers and all these guys who make free plasmoids and all that, give them time. Wait for it and live with it, or choose another desktop. That's as simple as that. We have the ArcoLinux Simplicity. That works, thank God. It works, right? The default from us is still working. So Gabriel, good work years ago. Splendid work. Boot splash screen, choose or unchoose. Well, we can't really unchoose. There is no none thing. So spinner it is. So that's, oh, look at that, we're in Windows 11. There's that. And then we have, of course, the choice to go inside here and enter edit mode and do all kinds of things, like the position. This is new. Put it at the top, for example. Alignment, left, center, right, width. Let's go to fit content, for example. And then always visible or not visible. Translucent. Still not unclear if it's actually doing anything on my end, but maybe that's my computer. So I would think this would be making it transparent a little bit, right? Does not seem to be on in my case, right? Height 44, I think that's pretty big. 36 is good enough for me, maybe 38. You choose. And the new thing, floating or not floating, since this looks more like a tiling window manager, why not, right? So fit width like this, looks like a polybar or something like that. but maybe you'd like to have it smaller. Fit content, also nice, but it's stacked away up here. You have to think, okay, that's the system bar and that's the application. They come close now. Maybe we could add a spacer. So yes, it's fine to play around with it. It's fine to design it and rise it. And if you have this this one, there's a variety, we can get rid of that wallpaper and get a new one and a new one and a new one. Wallpaper selector. This one. Like this. This looks strange, but we can grasp it, so that's something. Okay. Oh, there it works. It works. So all the wallpapers it has downloaded until yet. Yeah, another line, nice logo there. And off you go. This is variety. This looks nice. What's that? Okay, close. Voila. Let's end with this image. Did we tell you everything? Of course, there is this article. Yeah, the key bindings is something we should talk about. So rising can be fun, certainly, if it works. So wait for all these developers with all these themes that you can download, and yeah, certainly look at the sign ready for Plasma 6 or something. Then you know you're not gonna get stuck. There are some settings that annoy us because we can't, well, we won't add any custom stuff from ArcoLinux because we want to wait for Plasma 6 to become more stable, that the dust settles. There are things in here that I don't like. One of the things is the numeric keypad. So if you have a keyboard with a separate numeric keypad, it's not on. The numlock is by default not on. So num. So keyboard, I've turned it on. I think it was like this, turn on, and then apply. That's one of the things I did not like. One of the things I had to do on this machine was energy. Energy saving. If this machine goes to sleep, that was the default, I could not wake it up. Well, that's not true. The keyboard woke up, the mouse woke up, but the screen was black. Nothing I can do but a soft reboot. That's not the way to go. So I set this machine do nothing. The screen will turn off after 10 minutes, so become black. I wiggle my mouse, it wakes up. I touch my keyboard, it wakes up, but it will not sleep anymore on this machine. The others are fine. So it depends on the hardware. If I have time, I'll check it out, why that is. Now, that's one thing as well. Reminder. So numeric keypad, energy settings, the key bindings. At some point in time, my fingers, since I'm always on chat WM, Ctrl T, bingo. Super enter, not bingo. Now it works. Super shift enter. Now it works. So since this is video number 2, and I do hope it works, up here, we go into the key bindings, and in future time we'll create the key bindings again. But I'm thinking about making a separate package if at all possible. We'll see. Keyboard. Here's the keyboard. Here are the shortcuts. And in previous video I've made Dolphin already take meta shift return. Is this the delete of that one? Yeah, okay. So by default it seems they use this one, super E, meta being super, and I've in previous video I did super shift enter and then apply, and then it's in. And you go over all the things you're missing and say console. We've added here one as well, meta return. Ctrl Alt T is in by default, meta return wasn't. Another one we could add is Ctrl Alt Enter, is one other that we use. Ctrl Alt Enter. I should apply it and then test it. You see? Design wise, this is not nice as well. So you go inside settings and you go inside configure console, you go inside profiles, just add a new profile, we call it ArcoLinux or something else. Appearance, You could keep breeze, for example, blur background, make it transparent, apply, okay, 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 and then Control Alt Enter, and have this be this, then it's a little bit blurry, right? Blurry and nice, maybe. Up to you. You decide the design. But it's all nice and working, and also feels fast and stable-ish. Even though I'm making the second video, it makes it feels okay. That all depends what extra stuff you're gonna put on here. It's a Wayland thing. What applications work on Wayland? What is essential for you that should work on Wayland? And then you decide to log in or log out. You can log in there with X11 in the beginning. Another wallpaper, let's have a look. Nice one. So if I go over this, voila, we can have a look. Nice little features that I just discovered. Click. So the key bindings, you'll have to make them yourselves. If you do decide to install via advanced installation, then do not select Plasma in the desktop. If you open up, if you click on Plasma, all the things in that particular group are installed. So you'll get all the KDE games, for example, in, and Data will appreciate me mentioning this in this video. And it's important, right? You have to know the packages, and if you're beginning in ArcoLinux, and I guess you don't know, right? So there's a long selection, and the tip in the beginning again, right? Start with the easy installation. If you really know what you're doing, then advanced is good for you, right? You can make selections, really cherry picking. This one, not that one. This one, not that one. There's the choice, but with choices comes knowledge, and you have to get that knowledge, and that's years and arch, and then you get okay, I should not select KDE games if I don't want KDE games, right? But that's something to remember. All right, I'm through everything that I mentioned in video number 1, and I do hope it's recorded now. Cheers.